Awesome. Well, welcome everybody. Aloha. It is Thursday, June 22nd. This is our weekly Go Diamond group. This is a leadership group. This is a group that's designed to support us all who are kind of committed on the next level of really creating a business and the life that we love, but really creating a business that is supporting us rather than something that we're a slave to, right? And so I don't know if any of you have ever had that feeling in your life that you're a slave to your business or you're a slave to your job. I for sure have. And I always worked for myself. So, I never really had much of a boss scenario, although I can imagine that could even be more of that feeling of like, okay, like you pretty much just tell me what to do all day long. And sometimes it can even be harder when it's your own business because you're the only one who's in that place of responsibility. And so what we have here with Purium and with our community and with this format, this system that we have, is we have an opportunity to really be able to do something one time, or maybe do something for 1 or 2 years, or do a certain amount of work and enter input into a system that will continue. It's not like input output, it's like actually input, and that input can grow and generate so that you're getting output for a long time into the future. And because this is a leadership group, really what this group is designed to do is to bring us to support not just ordering and not just building a little bit of a business, but actually supporting people to step into leadership in themselves and in their lives and in their relationships with their world, and really step out of limitation. So it's more than just a training. It's actually an inner transformation that happens when we start to do this. And if any of you guys were on the call that I did with Grace a little while ago, the vision call, when she was talking about how, we're actually creating new patterns. We're rewiring ourselves through the portal of Purium, through the portal of this business. But what we do here actually ripples out, because how we do anything is how we do absolutely everything. And so what we're doing here informs the rest of our system. It informs the rest of our life. It informs everything. And so what we have is this incredible opportunity to find our edge. And for me, like, that edge is always present. It's ever present with me in this business. And if you're not finding your edge, then, maybe you're kind of like living in that comfortable space for a little while, which is fine. But when we come up to our edge, that's really where that growth happens. That's where we can start to expand and get bigger and hold more and support more and make a bigger impact, and also make better income, So it's all so beautifully intertwined and connected. And I'm just incredibly grateful for all of you who have all, among other things, said yes to coming to convention, which is huge, and who are really here committed to something bigger, something bigger than yourselves, and who are really here in unity. So yeah, Jasmine, edge is every single day. Yeah, exactly. And so, making friends with that edge and really finding it and like saying, oh, there's my edge again. Oh, hi, instead of being like, ugh, that's my edge. Like, I'm not going to even go near it. It's like, wow, okay. With this practice of moving into that space of discomfort, moving into that space of like resistance sometimes, that it can melt away. And really what I've personally found along this journey is that my gifts and my growth is right on the other side of that challenging moment. And so with that, I'm gonna share with you guys a little bit about what is happening currently in our greater community, our greater Purium community, a larger team that we're a part of. And we have Tracie here. I think I just saw her jump on, so she's going to be rocking the mic in a minute here. But what I kind of wanted to share about what's happening and what I've experienced I bring up this image of life being like a wave a lot of times, or that there's these movements, there's a rhythm, right? We breathe, the ocean has waves, like there's always this coming in and rolling out, and coming in and rolling out. And what's happening right now, because we are as a company in this huge place of transition and transformation, and like major massive up leveling is happening on the company level. So if you guys are kind of feeling like, whoa, what's going on? Like there's a lot of energy happening, and like, where am I? And like, what's solid and what's stable? It's a very pervasive experience that's happening, because when things transform internally, the relationship, the external life, everything transforms, right? And so Purium made a commitment a while ago to start this process of deep transformation and up-leveling internally as a company, which is looking like, moving into a new facility for the first time since they opened. Huge. Creating a whole new product line, plus another product that's going to come out that's like going to blow everybody's brains. I swear, you guys, when you hear about what this is, you're going to be like, what? World changing what we're creating here. New branding. All the labels are going to be different after convention. New website. It's going to be so much easier to order. You're not going to have to like scroll through 50,000 different packages and be like, okay, it's the third transformation pack with the da-da-da-da-da, right? It's just going to be super intuitive. And we're doing new videos. Like there's a whole transformation and up-leveling that's happening. So that is looking like this, right? There's like this energy, it's an outward movement of energy. And so to prepare for that, what we're going to do, sure everyone's muted. What we're going to do right now is we're going to come in. And I was having this image of a Christmas tree actually earlier today, like the Purium Instagram, Raina, I don't know. I think like maybe if you want to jump on the Purium Instagram committee, we can work on that. But for sure the labels and like all these other things are really about to change in a huge and beautiful way. So I was having this image of this like Christmas tree earlier. I was laying on the beach thinking about what I was going to talk about. And it's like, it starts at the top with this little point, and then it starts to grow. I mean, I'm talking kind of like, the drawings of like the Christmas trees that look like are on the cards and stuff, but we start here with a little bit of energy, and that energy starts to grow. And then we actually come back in. It's like this pulling in of energy so that everything can gather and like come back in, and then it comes out again and it's bigger. And then it comes in, and then it comes out again and it's even bigger, right? And this is, again, like the birth analogy. I love those. It's like when you're in labor, it's like there's a building that's coming, but there's always this sort of moving in and then moving out in a bigger way, and then moving in again and then moving out in a bigger way. And so there's a beautiful way that this dance is happening within our team. And because there are all these new changes happening, and because, all of us as leaders, as kind of like the crown leaders of the team, are growing and evolving in our way that we are putting things out there, and are just, constantly evolving personally and as leaders, that we're choosing to kind of bring everything and everybody back in and develop some new strategies so that we can actually come out in an even bigger way and create more volume and help more people and get more money into all the distributors' pockets and really take it to the next level. And so just to kind of share with you where my edge came into this is that when Tracie and I were first talking about this, I had, and she's going to break it down, but you guys can just know that I had to really work within my own self to get to a place where I was like, okay, yes, like I really feel, because I've been on this one trajectory with my team, and so now there's this whole new direction, not new direction, but just a new approach that we're going to be taking. And so I had to really, drop in and get really clear about what's going to be best for everybody, including myself, versus what my attachment is, right? Oh, it looks like this. It's supposed to look like this. Like, this is how it is, and this is how it's been, and this is how I'm doing it. And like, so I just want to thank Tracie for, for being here right now, first of all, and also for being such an incredibly selfless and powerful, visionary, strategic leader who has been working behind the scenes tirelessly in many, many different ways to support not only her own team, but also teams outside of her own team and the company as a whole, and humanity. So I just, I feel Tracie's leadership is, it's really what I kind of owe much of what has happened for me with Imperium to the fact that Tracie came in and supported me from the beginning. And we've been able to really work together and bring up a lot of leaders in this team. And so I'm really excited. I feel like this is going to be a huge, huge, huge gift. And it's going to allow us to create more leadership and more volume, both and with less output of our own energy, because it's going to really pull things in and get things crystal clear and aligned and powerful in such a way that that it's just next level. I mean, that's all it is. It's just we're taking it to the next level. So with that, Tracie, are you there? You want to jump on here?
I would love to, Sarah. And I just love and appreciate your leadership with this team, with your team, and the edges that you've worked tirelessly to hone over your entire Imperium career. I mean, your team and your rank and your recognition is all contingent upon the work that you've done on your edges. And, I think that's one of the things that I always talk about highly valuing in my leaders, the people who are with me, who are leaders on my team, just like you are, is because when you come up against your edge, you work through it. And that's the sign of true leadership, and of, the speed of the leaders, the speed of the pack. And so we're always working on our edges. We're always looking like, how do I take it to that next level? Not just for myself, but for the goodness of the team. And as you said, for humanity at large, because that's what each of us can contribute, is doing our own work. And so I'm just appreciative of your work. And I mentioned this on the last time too, about how, you had a breakthrough where you became a homeowner, and that was big. And then that seems like so far behind you now. It's like, remember when that was an edge, when that was like, oh, how would I even become a homeowner? Now you're like, we having a bigger house and a bigger house. And that was just like a starter, which is like, how you even take that first step when you have a dream as big as that. And it seems so huge when you're embarking on it. And then once you're past it, it's like, oh, that's totally not where I'm going to end up. And so absolutely, you have proven the concept of working on those edges and what kinds of rewards that it brings. And so I'm really grateful for your leadership, especially in this time, because for most people in general, it's a matter of going and moving through change. And that is a scary place for most people to be, especially when something is quote unquote working. And absolutely, what's happening here has been working. There's momentum, there's joy, there's fulfillment, there's ranking, there's all kinds of amazing goodness that's happening on this team. And we absolutely want to get it to the next level, as you said. And so how do we make those leaps and bounds? And I think this is a great illustration for moving through ranks also, because it's just the way that things are. When we first get into our Imperium business, the people who help us to get to those first consultant, director, executive ranks may or may not be the people who are there to help us get to the diamond rank, or onto the next green, blue, black, or red. And then usually those people are not the people who are the ones that propel us to crown. And each iteration of our leadership changes in those moments. And you can see it in the leaders that are on this team, that are here with us on this Zoom. As you start to evolve in your leadership and you evolve in the people that you're attracting. And, as your tribe evolves, your run evolves. And as your run evolves, your team starts to take on a different aspect. And so when things are working, it's great. And it's the same idea we have about balance. Balance is what is necessary when you're trying to keep everything the same. If you just want it to stay how it is now, then we can keep doing what we've done till now. And since none of us are satisfied with where we are and that we have exponentially more work to do, then it's about honing the practices so that we have unity, accessibility, and scalability in our business. Those are the themes that I'm talking about right now in terms of how we get to that next level exponentially, not just like, oh, let's level up, let's increase our volume by 10% or whatever. No, we need like leaps and bounds. We need to like increase our volume by 100-fold. We don't need 10 times the people on this Zoom. We need 100 times the people on this Zoom. And so how do we get to each next new level? We have to do something different than we've ever done before to get something different than we've ever experienced before. And so this is 2.0 coming out right now. I was there during the initial build and the initial run where we were ignorance on fire. That's what we did. It was pure energy, and energy is everything anyway, right? So we really built what we had to build to sustain what it was that we had in that moment. And it worked brilliantly to create a foundation. And so now you are part of the next foundation. And I think when I say that, I think of Rome. Anyone been to Rome? That each time they rebuilt the city on top of the old city. And so when you visit Rome, there is, you can look down and see where the original or the previous city was built, because the new city was built on top of that. And that's all we're doing right now, is we're building a new city on top of the foundation that was there. And so 2.0, you're part of it. You're the foundation for 2.0. And I've been working along with, leaders and teams to start to perfect some of these ideals, strategies. And for me, I see it very clearly, very, very clearly about what we need to do, what needs to happen, and what is important, which is coming back to that unity. If we can all move in lockstep together, how powerful we become. Because it's about focus like a laser beam. Laser sharp focus is what we have as a team, as a culture. And when we unify, we become exponentially more powerful and more effective. Just like Sarah was saying, that it's no burden on any one or even 5 people. It becomes a team effort in every sense of the word when we're unified. And being unified also creates accessibility. When I say accessibility, I mean, look at the diversity of the team we have, even on this very Zoom. And so, being able to have anyone from any community come in and know that they can connect with anybody, that is like them, it makes it so much easier to attract a very diverse group of people. And that's what we need, is we have so many people with us now who get it. Like, I consider this team the group who quote unquote gets it, right? And it speaks volumes to our references. I consider them references when you look at who's involved with us. When we have organic farmers that are repping for Purium, doesn't that say something to you? When we have, health practitioners, at the level that we have them at, that are repping for Purium, does that say something to you? We have activists and people who care about sustainability, when they're repping Purium, does that say something to you? And so we have this community of people that quote unquote get it. And desperately, critically, we need to reach people who don't get it. We need to reach the people who are driving through for their food. We need to reach people who have no idea the conversations that we're having, that if they heard some of our conversations, they would just be like, I don't even know what language you're speaking. I'm talking about biome and villi, and they're just like, you must be going to school for something that I have no idea about, because that is language I don't understand. So definitely we have a much larger mission than where we've been focused. And we've been focusing this time and gathering people who absolutely do quote unquote get it. So the accessibility makes it for anyone to find a place in Purium and be able to thrive. And that's one of the things that I would encourage you, and that I'll be talking about as we unify the team under one umbrella and we're all on the same Zoom, is really keeping our language open and being able to hear people that we might not otherwise resonate with, or we may even disregard, And so being able to hear other people who don't sound like how we sound now, and being able to have a place where we understand them, right? And so when you have somebody that you're sort of like, I don't identify with what they're saying or what they care about, that's the time to pay attention. That's the time to critically pay attention, because we need to learn about these people that we don't understand so that we can help them. So that's what I'm talking about when I talk about the unity and the accessibility. And when I talk about scalability, we need the systems, and we need that unity and that framework and that cooperation and collaboration to support exponential growth at as fast a rate as we can manage. So being able to know that I'm offering to facilitate, I'm going to use the word facilitate, to facilitate the mastermind calls Monday through Thursday. And this is a growth edge for some leaders, because I want it to be clear that I'm not taking over leadership and taking leadership from anyone. I'm simply the facilitator of the call so that leaders can step in wherever they may come from. So it's a chance for everyone's voice to be heard without having to quote unquote lead it. But anyone can have their voice heard in the context of the call and not be facilitating it. Because, you know, the truth is that when you're coming in as a consultant, director, and executive, you may not be fully indoctrinated in all the ways of Purium. And so we don't want misinformation out there floating around because somebody new came in and presented an idea that people started to grab onto. We want to have seasoned leaders who have paved the way at a high level to show those who are coming in new exactly how to make their way in the world. And so I'm going to be the master chef for the meantime. And again, it just means that I'm the facilitator, and being able to lead the facilitation of the mastermind calls is one component, but having people be unified in a single group where we're recognizing everyone in one place, and we're putting all of our recipes in one place instead of somebody posted it in their group and then someone heard, oh, I heard you have this recipe in your group. Do you think you could get that recipe and put it in my group? And then I'm going to get in this other group. And then we end up doing it on like 10, 12 different groups, where if we just put it in one group and share the responsibility together, then when we put that one recipe in, we will all get it. We will all have it. And so being effective and efficient and moving our egos out. And, you know, there was a reason why it worked when we first got started. And that reason partially is participation. So for example, in the mastermind calls, this is what I'm going to tell you. You're in the Go Diamond group. So that means you're either running for Diamond or Color Diamond or Beyond Diamond. So you're running for something that's beyond where you're at. I will give you this big clue. Success leaves clues. And I'm going to give you the insider information. I'm going to tell you also what I value and what I look for, and set the expectation is participation is king in my world. Showing up and showing your face, that's great. Having your voice be heard, contributing to the conversation, contributing to the synergy and the energy, because when we listen, we take. When we show up and listen, we take. When we have our voice be heard, we contribute. And so I expect everybody to be a contributor. And that was one of the reasons why groups would start to break out, is because it would get too crowded and not everyone could or would participate. And you'd have the same voices, the same quote unquote leaders that would step in, and then the rest wouldn't have a chance. There's not enough time for 50 people to participate on a call. So leaders would break off and take their own people in their own call so that they could start to have participation at a different level. And then of course, they've been trained not to participate, so it was hard to get that group going. So to solve that issue, we now have technology. And you always hear me talk about the marriage between high tech and high touch. And this is where it happens. As things and methodologies evolve, then we want to give a chance to everybody to participate. And how we're going to do that is I have a large Zoom room. I can take up to 300 people in one of my Zooms right now. And of course, 300 people, we're not going to start with that. And if we did have 300 people, of course, not everyone would be able to participate in that larger group. However, if I can facilitate at the front end of that Zoom, and then I can break out groups, because that's one of the great things about technology now, is that my Zoom has the ability to be broken out into groups. So whether we break them out into groups of 10 and people have an opportunity to participate and then come back to the larger group to give highlights, the point is this: it is a venue for you to have your voice heard. It's a venue for you to bring your newest, most excited people so that they can be exposed to the culture. And it's also a showcase for you to introduce them, basically have their coming out party into the group for them to become a known person. As they become a known person, their ability to attract the attention of a leader who might decide to work with them increases exponentially. Whereas when we never meet that person one-on-one, might never know who that person is. And I'll tell you, that's how I found Geraldine and Arna 4-star crowns in Imperium, is that Geraldine was showing up to a mastermind call and she's 5 levels deep to me. I might have never known who Geraldine Camarillo was if not for her showing up to the mastermind calls and having her voice heard. So having her be heard as someone enthusiastic, someone who is looking for leadership, somebody who is open and coachable, she's someone that I wanted to meet. And after spending some time with her and Arna, we made an agreement that we would do connect calls every day for a month, that they would bring me one connect call every single day for a month. And they brought me between, some days there were none, but some days there were 3. And by the 27th of the month, they were diamond. And then we went on and they became 4-star crowns. Now, I shudder to think what may have happened if they had never gotten into the community, if they had never been exposed to what we have truly at Purium, if they had just taken their products in the privacy of their own home and never been known to anyone else. Because the people in between them and myself are largely at varying degrees of completely inactive. So it's a way for us to cultivate a team. And I will talk more at length with the big group about a strategy. I literally would use masterminds as a strategy to grow a team, not keep a team together. And a lot of times, we do have them as community pieces. We're so amazing at community that what I'm looking to bring in this moment is strategy to create volume, because I want to put money in your pocket so that you can make Purium a priority to share. I need you to be able to afford to make Purium a priority. And so everything that we do is going to come right back down to the 2 IPAs. And truly, the 2 IPAs is enrolling and ordering. And so it only really boils down to 1 IPA. There's only one single thing that creates income, which is when you press that button and it says order complete. That is literally the only thing that happens in our business that creates income, period. So bringing that into sharp focus and knowing that all of the strategies that we have is moving towards that end, because we have to put volume on the board to put money in people's pockets. And I'm talking money, not just in your pocket, for you and for your family and for your goals and for your dreams and for your survival, maybe even sometimes. I'm talking about paying Dave and Amy so that they can continue their mission, so that Dave can continue to formulate, so that the Purium employees will go home and feed their families. We're supporting them too. And guess what? Points on our board is points on, are we winning against big pharma? Are we winning against big food manufacturing? Are we winning? Who is getting our money? First and foremost, Purium should be getting our money if it's anything that we could possibly do, use, or get from our own company. Like, it's so easy to go to Costco and get coconut oil, but we know not all coconut oil is made the same. And once you taste ours, you should really know there's a difference, just even on taste alone, to know that there's a huge difference, not in just the way it tastes, but in its processing and in its nutritional value. And so if you're buying coconut oil at Costco, guess what? Tropic oil from Purium is your new to-do list to what to buy. And so everything, going through your cabinets and saying, is there a replacement? Is there something else I can do? I talked on a Zoom the other day about using kamut and aloe as a face mask. So, there's a lot of things that we can do. There's a lot of things we can cook with. We can make organic fried chicken with tropic oil and activated barley. There's a lot of things that we can do and use and create. So being able to share that with others so that we put volume on the board, because we need to support the organic farmers and the people who care about sustainability. People are developing things like our packaging, our Terra pouches. It all takes money. Money is simply power. Money is not just money for the sake of money. Money is what's going to get us to where we want to go. So we need to be able to afford to pay for those things that we want. We need to become the biggest buyers of these different ingredients so that we can demand that they meet our standards. So being able to put points on the board, we talk about ranking, we talk about money. Don't get triggered by that. Don't be mistaken by it. It is critical that we put points on our board because we need to win. And right now, people are winning. That is not us. People who are not in a position that we want them to be in are winning right now. The only way to make change is to put volume on the board and to grow exponentially. So it's critical in this time that we put some of these systems in place, that we're very strategic about how we move through things. It is a no-brainer. We care about people. That is why we are here. That is not even, that's a given. That's the foundation upon which we stand. So the conversation we then need to bring to the table is how to make it sustainable, how to make it bigger, how to grow faster, how to reach more people. And how to do that is to get orders through the door, enrollments and ordering, period. So when we have this big group and you have, clear direction on, masterminds are there to grow a team. And once you understand that strategy and how to leverage that, and then we're going to create events for group transformations. You're going to be able to plug people into these events that are going to start to have some level of automation to them. So every transformation group is going to go through an event, and it's going to have Dave's video dropped in every morning automatically. We're going to have hashtag challenges that teach people how to start posting. We're going to have conversations and live leaders go on live, Facebook Live within the event to have the conversation about what people should be thinking about on day 1, day 2, every single day throughout their 10 days, and even before and after, what they should be preparing. And then guess what? The conversations we have with our transformers every time there's sort of like an arc to the story, right? We know, by day 7, day 8, we're already asking them, hey, did you take a look at your skin today? Did you notice that you're glowing? That's called the Purium glow. Did you notice you're aging backwards in your sleep? We start to draw their attention to the things that we know that are happening. And then we start asking them the thought process questions like, hey, who's been asking you so far? Who's been noticing what you're doing on your transformation? By the way, I'm going to drop a link in this group that if anyone's been asking you, you don't need to explain anything. All you need to do is text them and send them this link to this video that you can then invite them to this group for. We don't have to necessarily teach them the fast start game plan in that way. Now, here's what you're going to do is go public. No, we're going to walk them through the thought process day by day on how and when to share their gift cards, how and when to go public, first within the group and then on their walls. We're going to teach them about other products so that they can adopt the lifestyle even before they're off of their transformation. And here's something else I want to share with you. The thought of when we're enrolling people, how many of you, I want you to drop a 1 in the box for me, drop a 1 in the comments if you add on products to packages. If when someone is enrolling on a platinum package, if someone's enrolling on a launch pack, that they're not just getting the platinum or launch pack, they're getting extra apothecary, they're getting Be Energetic, they're getting control pre-capsule, they're getting aloe, they're getting whatever it is that it is. Because can you imagine if every order you put in had 50 extra points on it? 100 extra points on it. If every single one of your customers, each one of your active enrolleds was adding on another 50 points, what would that mean for your volume? And exponentially how that's going to grow. So it's about being very, very strategic because we know what we have is good. We know that what we have is better than most anything that these people could be getting their hands on. And so it's with conviction that we share. It's not for the process of like, I'm going to make myself more profit. Let me add on some stuff. It's like, no, let me get one more product in their hands that has this ingredient because we know we're trying to work on making sure that these farms get their organic certification so that we can have a more organic, commercially available source for this product. We know why we're selling these products to these people, where we're putting in their hands. It's to help them and to help everyone else that's involved all the way down the supply chain and through our mission. So I have somebody that's not on mute right now. Sarah, could you check that for us, please?
Yeah, it's all set.
Thank you. So, sorry, do I sound a little bit passionate? I really am. And so, definitely leading them out of the transformation group, the event page, to be put into a support group. That is truly a support group, not a frequently asked questions page, not a community page, but it's about how to guide them into lifestyle, how to provide them with, keep on drinking more water. Hey, are you still taking your super lights? Hey, are you still taking your super life? Are you still taking your aminos? And this is a place for us to introduce more of those products, more of those recipes. You know how many recipes we have with being able to, one of my favorite new drinks is 1 scoop of the chocolate MVP, the new sports maximum vegan protein, 1 scoop chocolate, 1 scoop vanilla, and half almond milk and half water, with a big old scoop of the cocoa mint spirulina thrown into it. That's a shake right there, okay? Like, you want something delicious and you want something that's really good for you, that's a recipe to try. That is bomb, for sure. And so there's many of those kinds of recipes that we can share with people. And believe me, when we share those with people, young people are going to go out and buy kamut and aloe to make a mask. People are going to buy, I'm telling you, if you've never had the organic chicken with the activated barley instead of flour, and you just put some salt and pepper, a little paprika, smoked paprika if you have it, and you cook that in the tropic oil. And I'll give you this tip. When you're frying, and we always think of like fried food, it's so bad. When we're using this coconut oil, it has a high burn point. That's why we cook with it. And when you cook with this oil, it's amazing and it's nutritious and it's actually good. So when you make this chicken, when you fry food, the higher your temperature of the oil, the less of the oil gets into your food. Okay? This can be a good thing or a bad thing. If you like the taste of coconut, put your chicken in at a lower temperature than you might already put it in. If you don't like the coconut taste, put your chicken in when it's already very hot. So again, the temperature at which you put your chicken into that oil is going to determine how much of it absorbs. Personally, I love the coconut flavor with the chicken, and so I will put it in at a lower temperature. So teaching people simple things like this of how to use the products, incorporate it into a lifestyle that people are cooking with it, they're drinking it, they're using it in every possible way you can imagine. I will tell you that there are portions of the team who practice this, and our average order volume is in the 300 point range. Imagine if every single one of your customers in your team was ordering 300 points a month. What would your volume look like then, right? So my favorite drink recipe right now is half almond milk and half water, 1 scoop of the chocolate MVP, that's the new sports shake, 1 scoop of the vanilla, and then a big old scoop of the cocoa mint spirulina. So creating these recipes that are multi-product use is a great way to increase your order volume, because 1, it tastes amazing. 2nd, you have biodiversity in your diet. We don't want to be, we don't necessarily want to. I love, I'm not a vegan. I like chicken, but I don't think I want to eat chicken every day for the rest of my life, morning, noon, and night. So it's the same thing with Purium. We have so many different formulas that Dave has already created for us, and yet we can create so much of our own as well. There's nothing to prevent us from making new combinations, and there are many, many more. And we'll have some of those conversations on some of these group Zooms. I'm just trying to give you an insight into why, how, and the strategy behind really this unity, this accessibility, and this scalability, so that when we have one of these groups going on, that it's not so that the other leaders don't have to show up. It's so that we show up together at the same time, so that anybody can, go to Uruguay if they want to or need to. And I can run off to Europe when I want to or need to. And, whoever can go off to whatever they need to do, because we're working together as a team, and there's nobody that has to take the brunt of it when we show up and work together. So that is your personal participation. I'm talking to you specifically. How you show up, how you participate, how you are bringing your team and your members to the table, how you're plugging them in. And that is your role in leadership. And I think till now, part of the confusion has been, if I want to step up into leadership, it's me creating my own systems. It's me creating my own group. It's me doing all of these things. And we can't afford to be in management mode. We need to be in reaching people mode. We need to reach more people. And so if we get into management mode, we're not reaching more people. So the leadership portion is plugging your team into the resources that exist and then contributing your support to the existing system. That's what you do as a leader until maybe you reach 30 or 50,000 people in your team. Then you could think about possibly getting into some kind of management mode. Is that fair? Okay. So if you've got 10, 20, 500 people, even 5,000 people, it is not time to be in management mode. We have not nearly reached enough people for that kind of activity to be happening. We need money in your pocket. The only way to put money in your pocket is for you to enroll and for you to increase your order sizes, period. So that's what's kind of an overview of what's going down and why it's happening and why everyone's so excited is that the leaders are banding together. The leadership is unified. That was the most important thing, is that for all of our leaders to be on the same page, to agree and to unify around this idea that everyone has a chance to have their voice be heard. Everyone has a chance for to exercise their Purium voice in the context of the different tools that we have. And you may be asked at certain points to contribute in a very specific kind of way, and always be proactive and know that everything that is existing is yours. Every event that we show up to is your event. So the event that every single one of us on this Zoom is going to is convention. It doesn't matter who signed the contract. Guess what? Convention is your event. You own it. You are the owner of convention. So who are you going to bring with you to your event? And it's about managing those people's experience. It's about unifying that team under the unified team. So that unity comes at every level. So if you have 3 people coming with you, if you have 5 people coming with you, whether you have 100 people coming with you, it's knowing, hey, let's make sure everyone's being taken care of. Let's make sure everybody knows we're getting together for Night Owl. Make sure everybody knows, hey, this is what's happening. And then making sure we know where everybody's at. This is the buddy system. Okay. Nobody gets to come and be on their own. That's not how we roll. That's not our culture. Our culture is going to be centered around unity, accessibility, and see, I got on a roll. And
scalability.
These are good. So that's sort of the mantra right now. And my personal mantra is I move powerfully through life with ease and grace. And that's what I wish for each and every single one of us to do together. And by unifying together, we can do that. We can take the burden off of each one of us, of our own shoulders, and share the workload, because the work that we do is important. It is the only way to make exponential leaps and bounds to get to where we really need to be with making a difference in the world. If we stay in our communities, respectively, we haven't reached nearly enough people, not the people who matter, not the people who need it. And I know that we're here to do something more. So that's kind of my share. I'd love to hear a little bit about what you guys are thinking, feeling. I'm loving I'm just kind of like looking through the chat right now and seeing a lot of really great comments and recipes even. So, that's sort of what I had to share. And I'd love to hear anything you guys have to share back.
I'm so excited.
And I just can't hide it.
I'm so excited, Tracie. I'm just so excited. Thank you so much for your beautiful heart and your generosity, and you're just an amazing mentor. And I'm excited to learn more from you. I'm excited for my team to get more of you. And I'm really glad. I mean, 6:30 is a hard time for me. I'm making dinner. I've got my kids and stuff. So to have you at noon in the middle of the day is thrilling for me. So hallelujah. I was just dancing over here. Yeah, I'm very happy. And I just can't wait to learn more, next level.
I wanted to just chime in really quickly and just to say that, you know, one of the things that I know Tracie is, she's mentioning these like mantras, right? Unity, accessibility, scalability. And when we were all just these little sprouts in Tracie's garden, you know, it's 2.5 years yesterday for me that I actually enrolled. And there's something so powerful about the languaging and being able to say things in a very specific way, in a very crafted way. And that's one of Tracie's major gifts, is to be able to really like identify and drop into a mantra, like a repeated phrase or idea that's very carefully languaged in a powerful way, and to give that to us, to like pass that, plug that in. And so I'm really excited, you know, just even like hearing, you know, again, always anytime that I'm able to be receiving from Tracie, it's like these little tapes that we play and play and play until then we just naturally begin to repeat those things. That's why the Connect calls are so powerful too, because we're getting exposed to the same information over and over until we're embodying it. Like literally it just naturally comes through. And so to be able to have everyone receiving the same, not script, it's not like a script that you're memorizing and you're like, hello, so-and-so, like, let me tell you why this is a great opportunity. This is like literally plugging us into source information that can just come through with grace and ease, rather than having our brain get in the way. So I appreciate you, Tracie, and it's beautiful to hear how you hold yourself, but also how you language things and how you share. And I'm really feeling the scalability aspect, because personally, you know, as this team has been growing bigger and bigger, I'm kind of like, okay, like I can't do it all myself. And so, okay, leaders, like let's get everyone, but then, you know, not everyone's exactly on the same page. And there's just been kind of like certain people are getting certain things and some certain people are getting different things. And so it feels just so relieving and so like relaxing for me, which is unusual to have this just like, it's like my whole system just like, thank you. Like I don't have to be like managing so much, and I can just do my thing and be me and share with people. And I'm excited. I appreciate this. I'm really stoked.
Yeah, I'll chime in and come in off of Sarah. I came into Purium a little bit after Sarah, and I remember that when we first started, this is how it was. I don't know how many saw my statement in the chat, but this is how it was. There was crowns together, there was colored diamonds together, there was cross teams together, and Tracie was at the helm. And this was also how a lot of people reached those ranks. So I just love the fact that there's so many more powerful leaders, new faces, up and coming leaders, and that we are going to have the opportunity to hear from all of them with this team, and then all of us to them. And I think it's going to breed massive success. I really think that this unifying as this one unit, leveraging the technology that we have now with the leadership of with Tracie at the helm, is going to create massive success. I really am excited about this. I think this is like on top of all the products, on top of the changes that the company's making, on top of the leadership that we have. This is something that it branches out into like getting exposed to what we didn't know, and it starts to open doors and, you know, create further horizons. So I'm super excited about this, as well as having a duplicatable system. As you know, I just feel like our the language, if you will, is maturing. We're aging, we're reaching maturity, and this is really going to give us that same language. So we're on the same page. So we're not incongruent as a unit of, you know, independent distributors, you know, if you will. So I am celebrating this, so grateful, and there's nothing more than I would like than to have, you know, my immediate leaders like Sarah or Skylar or the other ones, you know, to be freed up to be able to truly give to their teams in more ways. So thank you, Trace. Really appreciating this offering, and I'm so excited.
I'd like to jump in and say that I'm very excited, being fairly new. And the saying is the saying, like, you are who you hang out with. So I'm very excited to very soon in the future sound like Tracie, sound like Sarah. I mean, with my own pizzazz, that I'm just really be able to birth leaders from my own team. And I feel like I'm birthing as a leader with the help of all these amazing people. So I really thank you all for being a part of my life.
Hi, I'd like to chime in too, Tracie, to thank you personally for once again reinvigorating me, putting air in my sails. You somehow magically keep popping up at just the right moments, and with the message that I need to hear. And this one was precisely what I've been praying about, quite frankly. To be able to have a unified voice means that we have something that will resonate with everybody across much different demographics than is what is pretty predominant in our team. And I'm appreciative of this opportunity and really want to thank you for coming on the call tonight, and really look forward to a convention. Giving you a big hug.
Thank you. I want to echo that to Tracie. This is Deborah. Thank you so much for your coaching. Your coaching is such a transmission. I really like how you transmit, and that's how I like to do it. So thank you for sharing wisdom, encouragement. I love all the different product ideas, and yesterday's mastermind was also awesome that Grace led. I loved the product call, and I'm excited about the new branding, the new products. It's really exciting. I'm looking forward to convention. I feel like I'm popping with some new prospects and a couple of people on my team, and I always seem to order more than 300 points a month, and many times double orders during the month. So I am just loving all the different things that we can do with our products. It really is a healthy lifestyle that we are promoting. Thank you.
Hi, Tracie. Hi, everyone. Castro. Woo! Sorry, I'm all white out. Like, might not be able to see me because the sun is glaring on me here as we're driving. But I just wanted to hop on and really express my deep, deep gratitude for you, Tracie, and for stepping in and for your strategy and your leadership. And I am really feeling excited about this. When I first joined Purium was actually when Zoom was a technology that had just kind of integrated into the Purium process, and you were leading some type of intensive, I think it was like an 8-week training of some sort, and coming on that and having that be a part of my initial experience with Purium, I really truly believe is what gave me the bigger transmission frequency download that really locked me in and gave me the mindset and the skill set that I needed to move forward and do what I've done with my business. And so I have been wanting that again and wanting to tighten in with you. And I'm just feeling so incredibly grateful that we all get the opportunity to be directly under your facilitation for a while here. This is going to be so incredible. So if you guys don't know how amazing this is amazing. We're being able to be with Tracie 4 times a week, and I'm seeing some questions pop up here, and I know I had this question myself, so I would ask the question, when we're talking about the teams that are going to be included on this Zoom that you're facilitating, will these be all of the people in your downline, or are we talking everyone in Purium, like, the McGrady's and the Magruders? I mean, is it, when we say cross team, yeah, if you could clarify around that. And thank you so much.
Sure, I'd love to answer that question, and thank you so much for talking about coming on to what was known as the master class when you first started, and I enjoyed having you as part of that, and many others who are still here were part of that as well, and I love that too. And it's going to be everybody that is the remnant from what was Team We. Everything that was existing as everyone that is, you know, from that point down. You know, David Scultetti has some other people who are under his team, so it's not exclusive to everyone that's under David Scultetti, but really we're going to just consider it from this point forward, calling them anyone that's under me, which is going to be anyone that was left over, even though it's not technically true, but we're just saying anyone that was the remnant of the old Team We, which is now going to be known as Purium Partners. And that's the team and the group that you're going to be moved into over the weekend. You'll start to pop up into that new group called Purium Partners, and that's where all the groups are going to live together. And that's where all of our recognitions, I'm going to ask you that anything that serves the team as a whole. So that means motivation, inspiration, support, recognition, all of those things are going to happen solely in that group. So we don't have to start posting recognitions in 3, 4, 5 different groups for someone to get recognized, because when you do that, it really splits up the energy. So when we can recognize everyone in one place at one time, then everyone from every team can jump on and congratulate and support. And it doesn't matter if you're part of the same team or part of a cross-line team, we're all participating together, and you can become known and you can know other people that maybe you wouldn't have had a chance to know outside of that. So that's part of the whole strategy as well.
Tracie, hey, oh my God. I just in this moment, I'm just so wanting to see you, first of all, so I can say this to your face. There you are. I am just so admiring you. I just really, I can't even say how deeply I admire you, because you have earned the respect of all of us and all of your side teams and up team and everybody, that we just trust you on this. And everyone is just so willing to step into this vision. And it's because of your leadership, how you have consistently gained trust of every single person on this call. Every single person in my downline, every single person who's in my team wants to have access to you. It is something that everyone's always so thirsty for, and no one ever has enough. And it's always such a treat. Tracie's coming to the call, everyone will show up because you're going to be there. And I feel like this is a really important example to impart to the team, to really recognize, to really look for, what is it in Tracie? What is it in her that commands and just earns this type of respect and this type of trust, that we all are open and willing to step into something so new and different, that's something some of us are familiar with, that we just trust and go. And I have that trust in you, Tracie. I have such deep trust in your thinking and your vision. And I feel like this is really radically cool that you saw this need for the team to unify, and that all the crowns have really gotten together to unify Purium, Purium Partners, and to really work as a whole so that we're streamlined. So it's not complicated trying to reinvent the wheel and trying to recreate and trying to create new systems and then try to implement these systems, but to go with what's working, to go with the basics, to get back to basics, and to free up our time so that it's there's you at the helm. You're and then also with all the changes that are going to happen with convention, that there's going to be one unified place for us to all learn it, instead of some people learn it and then some of us are trying to teach it then to our teams, and then those teams are trying to teach it to their teams, and it's this trickle down effect that it's operator, by the time it's gone 10 rows down, it's what was the message? So this is a way for the message to be vast and to really reach all ears. And I just appreciate you so much as a leader, and I really want to emulate you, and I really just pray to continue to be able to learn from you and embody this wisdom that you have that has earned the trust of the whole village. So thank you for being that person. I really appreciate you.
Thanks, Rachel. I appreciate that so much. And, I do want to speak to that, for a moment, because we've been in what for some people has been a very tumultuous period of transition. And whenever a big change happens, it feels a little unstable for some people. And, that's where those 7 areas of belief have really come in. That's what ties us down. That's what holds us to the ground. That's what gives us that stable foundation to work off of. And I'm extremely grateful that this team has been working on those 7 areas of belief, because even though we may have been blown around a little bit by whatever might have been going on in the world, and even on still to some degree going on Facebook, don't get distracted, and that just know what we have to do and what we have to do to move forward and stay positive. We don't talk about anybody in any context that we wouldn't want to be talked about. We don't even need to look over there. And there was a picture, and I'm about to post it in Purium Partners in the next day or two, and it was of Michael Phelps at the Olympics. And I think you all know the picture I'm talking about. And he's swimming in his own lane and he's going full force. And the guy next to him is looking at him and where he's at and how things are going for him. And that guy lost the race. So don't get distracted. It's a really great example of what we need to do is stay in our lane and run our own race. That's how we're going to win. And I think it just speaks volumes to our team and making firm commitment of where we are and what we believe in and what our values are, that we're aligned with those 7 areas of belief. So I also just want to, really appreciate the acknowledgement, the appreciation, the respect, all of that's come from all of the different areas, from corporate, from Crossline, from all of you, in terms of the support that I'm getting, because, absolutely, without having said as much, you guys could probably guess that of anyone that's affected by any of the things that have been going on, I'm probably the central figure in the person that would be affected by it. And so I'm here to set the example that we stay in our own lane, we run our own race, we make an unyielding commitment, we build our 7 areas of belief to the point of conviction, and we cultivate an unstoppable positive attitude. And that's what we do. It's who we are, and we're not going to change. And we may refine things, but our core values will always remain the same. We're never going to be a no caring, not high touch, only high tech, you're on your own type of company. If that's what you're looking for, you're not going to find it here, and we're never going to be that. So that's kind of what's happening. And I'm just glad that you decided that this is where you need to be and where you need to stay and where you're going to serve your life's purpose, where you're going to serve your mission, where you're going to make your additional income, where you're going to help your people, where you're going to get good nutrition for what you want. I mean, it's better for me when the debris gets blown away and what is solid is what is left. So I'm just appreciative that you're here, that you're committed to the future, that we're here to stay in our own lane and run our own race and create what it is that we have in front of us, because we've got lots of work to do. So thank you all for your shares so much. Anyone else want to?
Yeah. Hey, Trace.
Hi.
I do. Hey, it's Sasha. I feel like I want to also put my voice in this conversation and honor you and just state out loud that this tumultuousness, has only deepened my commitment to being here. And it hit my business for sure, very personally. And I had to get really quiet with it for a while, and really go inside. And what I came away with is just, this is what it means to meet challenge. This is what it means to be an entrepreneur. This is what it means to get to strengthen that commitment. This is the environment where it happens. When things fall apart, when things are changing, when things are uncertain, that's really when we get to find deeper strength. So thank you. I feel so much relief because I'm a systems person and I love systems, and I was trying to duplicate these systems, as we were splitting off into these smaller groups. And I could really see how, it kept baffling me, how it was going to duplicate to the next line. And so just this unification and really letting go of that management mode and really finding the people that want to join this movement and being able to put more of my energy into that than trying to figure something out and how it's going to scale, how it's going to repeat. So I just wanted to repeat what everyone else is saying, but just that I've learned so much from you, so inspired by you, and so supported by you and Sarah in having this deep turning inside of me and being like, boom, I am here. I am ready to show up even more. I am ready to shine. I'm ready to be seen and to really stand in even the hard places and say, I'm here. So thank you. Thanks so much.
Thank you for your bravery. Thank you for stepping out and trusting and being open and just opening your heart, because that's what serves you. That's where your powerful place is in those connections. And I think it's really a beautiful place to be in. And I am thrilled that you can feel some level of relief, you know, and not have to bear the brunt of the burden and what you need to create and do to be successful. And that's where that unification comes from, is that we will do it as a leadership team together. And nobody gets left behind that doesn't want to be left behind. And anyone can participate at whatever level it is that they desire. And I am just looking forward to really being in close lockstep with you and with each person here.
Thank you so much. And I feel like I need to say another name is just Rachel. Thank you, Rachel, because I feel like we have been doing this dance and putting so much of our energy into trying to figure out the next step. And so just blessings all the way up the line, blessings all the way down to the down team. I really feel like you are at the cutting edge and inviting us into evolution every step of the way. So that's it. Thanks.
Wow. I really love what's happening here. It's so powerful it's like this tangible kind of visceral sense of relief with a lot of the leaders, and just really acknowledging how much everybody's been holding, you know, at whatever level that each of you and each of us are at, and that it has taken everybody really to get to this place. And it feels like there is such an awesome, like, out breath and resettling happening. And I think I just really, really got it right now on this call, kind of what's happening. Like, I've been hearing threads and strands, and I know that there's big change happening and we're unifying, and I'm just like out of my mind excited about literally like coming together. I mean, as Rachel said, like, that's the thing for me. It's like, how can I, like, how much more time can I go with Tracie? Like, how can I be in that flow of wisdom and surety and connection and power and mastery and transmission, and then how do I impart that to my team? You know, so it's always just this question, this conversation, literally so often all day long. I'm thinking, like, what would Tracie do? That's like my mantra. What would Tracie do? So it feels really powerful to have this unification happening, and I'm really super excited about the cross-team interaction and how much it's going to expand all of us. Like, we're going to just get so much more information in such a streamlined and easeful way. And Tracie, when you said, you know, everybody here is going to convention, that's so powerful. And then when we get there, it's just going to be this next level piece. Like, you guys, this is happening. This is amazing. I'm so excited. Love you all. Thank you, Tracie, for stepping in and really wrapping your, like, beautiful, masterful arms around us and creating a container that we can all really grow and thrive in. I really appreciate you.
I just want to say that my heart is racing thinking about the potential of all of this. I'm so excited and I'm so grateful because we already know the power of working one-on-one with you, Tracie. I already know it. Many of us here do. And so to have access to even more of our side team, our Purium cousins, is my heart is opening so big, and it the evolution of it, the love evolution of it, just feels so on point and on par with who we are as a company and as a community, and that we become stronger by coming together. So thank you for sharing this with us all, and I'm so excited and love you all so dearly.
Hi, Tracie.
Hi.
It's Marianne.
Oh, wait.
Okay, sorry. I just wanted to thank you, and I'm so excited. This feels like it's this huge embrace of diversity also by putting everyone in one group. And
Uh-oh, I think I lost you. I'm not sure who was speaking, but I lost you. Oh,
it's Marianne. Can you hear me?
Marianne, now I can hear you. We lost you
Yeah,
there for a moment.
okay, sorry about that. Yeah, I just feel so excited about the potential and just the potential as a whole. And it was several conversations I had today, my Connect calls, with really people wanting to.
Breaking up, Marianne.
I just wanted to say thank you, and I love you.
Thank you, Marianne.
Hey, I'll share now. So I want to say thank you as well, and just feel the gratitude for what's happening. And it's so, for me, in my spiritual world, it's so much bigger than this, because for me, the unity consciousness is what is coming onto this planet right now. So I love that my big macrocosm is happening here in the microcosm, and that there's not going to be factions and splits and groups and everything. And I'm like, which team and who's over there and what are you? It's like, no, it's just Purium, so that just feels really good for my soul to think of it in that way, that it's about unity and unification and getting to know more people and feeling more connected. Now I'm a blue, I'm all about connection. So just feeling connected to people and not just being like, well, what team are you on? And it just feels great. So yeah, I just wanted to bring in that greater unity consciousness, which is coming through in our world, which is also in chaos because that energy is touching our planet. So shake it up and let's move into unity consciousness.
Thank you so much, Lindsay. And Koa, I'm not sure if you have your hand up, if you had something you wanted to share, but you can feel free to go ahead and unmute yourself and jump in.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Sure can.
Okay, great. Hi. So it's great to be here and really, really touched and kind of blown away by everything that everybody has said so far. My wife and I just joined Purium less than a month ago. We finished our first 10-day transformation less than a week ago. And this is the second time I've been on a diamond call. The first one I couldn't stay on the whole thing because our young son was going to bed. And I think the first thing I wanted to say is just how big of an impression it's made on me, which is the quality and the integrity and the conviction of everybody that I have heard in this team and across other teams and on masterminds and sharing a lot on our team Facebook pages. And that integrity and quality of humanness has kind of blown me away. And intelligence, and when I say intelligence, is not just like a mental intelligence, but a kind of a soul intelligence, and that brightness of spirit that is coming across. So stepping back, when our friend Devin Donkin introduced us to Purium, we thought, wow, these are great products. We're both very, very conscious about health and organic and very anti-GMO, and have done a lot of research leading up to our son's birth just over a year ago about vaccines and big pharma, and are very, very angry and motivated about all of those subjects and the damage that it does to not only people, but also the planet and all the systems that support all of us and our food. And then we met Monica, we met Sarah, and I was really impressed with them and this leadership. And then got turned on to got connected into the system of sharing and support. And that was really impressive. And then tonight, coming on and hearing your and Sarah's fantastic introduction and this brilliant sort of shift of evolution, which really, I think, describes what you're talking about, and this expansion and contraction of this very natural cycle of expansion and contraction that Sarah introduced at the beginning. I think it's just phenomenal to hear your ideas and the way that you've expressed them so clearly. It's pretty mind-blowing for me. I was involved with an MLM company like 25 years ago that was, the Stone Ages basically, and have had this antiquated vision and sort of memory in my body and system of that experience for a long, long time until pretty recently. And now coming into this reality that you have all created is really phenomenal, and really, really excited to be part of this team. And like every time I get on a call and hear people speak, I'm even more excited about that integrity and unity that you're talking about. So thank you.
Thank you for your share, Koa, and welcome to the team, and congratulations on your transformation. And I'm looking forward to meeting you in person, and maybe we could have Sarah introduce us on a call soon. And yeah, I'm looking forward to being in lockstep with you and your wife on this journey.
Yes, we are too. Let's connect soon. Thank you.
Hi, Tracie. Thank you so much for bringing us all together. Unity is huge right now for us, I think, and for everyone. And I just remember when there was a moment a while back, and I had a little freak out when we were talking about splitting up Bliss Ohana and that going away for us, and us having more small team meetings. And I was like, but I need Tevya and Grace and Kristen, and I need Ashley and Robin and all of the other diamonds that aren't in my upline, who's also brilliant. And so I had a moment of grief and sadness over that. And now what I get is not only all of them, but all of the crowns and all of the other diamonds that I've never even heard of yet. And I'm so excited about that. And I feel like it is going to free up our uplines, our diamonds and our colored diamonds and our crowns and Sarah, and to give us more personal attention, and also just give our team so much more exposure to you, Tracie, which is completely invaluable. I feel like one of those commercials where I'm like, well, this has a value, this is priceless. Like getting Tracie Fujikani 4 times a week is priceless, because the depth of your conviction and your commitment to not only us, but to the people that have never even heard of us yet is so powerful. I feel it every time you speak, and it just drives me to want to do more. So thank you.
Hey, everybody. So Tracie, thank you so much for this call, and for everybody sharing all your wisdom, and I really appreciate it. And what I see so much happening here is such a powerful direction that we're all going as a group. And I really see it moving from a place of complication to a place of simplicity. and that's a direction that I really wish to go in my life, and seeing Purium as a group going in that direction is really powerful, and it feels like it's going to, or it is really going to catapult all of us to grow personally and to grow as a group, to grow our business, to grow this mission. And that's really exciting to be a part of it. And so thank you for this direction, and thank you all for being on this journey with me and with us. So blessings.
I just wanted to say hi, Tracie. My name's Raina. I just signed up with Purium May 5th, so I'm still new, getting to know everyone and the systems and all that, but I'm incredibly grateful to have found this community. Like, since I've been here, it's just been like a giant breath of fresh air, and it feels so right. And I've just been so excited and learning lots from Sarah, and I'm excited to meet you. I wasn't even sure what all this whole change was taking place, like how it was before and how it's shifting now, or going back to that way. So kind of putting the pieces together. But I'm really excited that we're all coming together, stronger. I think we'll be more potent together. And I'm just excited for your leadership, and just keep trusting. Everything that I've done here with Purium has just felt so right, and just hearing everyone speak so beautifully, I'm just like, I'm with the right people. So I'm just feeling super grateful. Thank you.
Hey everybody, it's Danielle. I'm just like low key, like freaking out just out of sheer excitement and happiness and gratitude, and like, let's do this. Like, I'm so stoked on this right now. I'm like strapping myself in because this like massive launch shift is about to go down, and I'm just so excited. And like, tomorrow, right? This is all starting tomorrow, and we get to plug in with everybody tomorrow, right? So yeah, I just wanted to share my just happiness and gratitude, and I love you all so much. And all of your shares are blowing my consciousness. Like, yes. So thank you. Blessings to all of you. I love you all so much.
Hi, Tracie. Hi, everybody. It's Erin. I can't see myself, so I don't know if I'm being heard.
I can hear you, and I can see
you
too.
Good. Thank you. Okay, there you are. I'm on my phone, so it's hard to move everything around. But I just, the thing about you, Tracie, is that the leaders that you have brought up over this time are just so phenomenal. They're their own people, but they all have this common thread of your way and your language and your commitment. And that came from everything that they got from you when they started. And that has trickled down. I mean, from the leadership that I am in communication with, every single one, from Rachel, from Sarah to Rachel to Sasha to Stephanie to Gretchen to me, like that, like, it's just it's phenomenal. And I want to be one of them, and I want all of my people to be one of you. And it's incredible that we are going to have more of you. And I'm usually really quiet on these, and I'm like, I gotta say something. So I'm speaking out. I'm like on my edge right now. But you know, Sarah talks about how you're her mentor, and that, I think all of us maybe have ever heard that. I want that. And now we all get that. And just having that, you as our leader, really present all the time for all of us, is going to be just truly amazing, because you're making this company what it is. And I could not be happier to be in a company that is coming from this place of love and conviction and care. And that common language that we can all share is just amazing. So thank you. Everyone's like, Tracie, Tracie, Tracie. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for your bravery, Erin. Appreciate you having your voice be heard, and we're looking forward to hearing more of it on more of these calls.
Hi, Tracie. It's Mare. I am wearing glasses because I've been crying all day. It was like super vulnerable moment. But I just want to say it's a really big relief to have such consistency and the promise of consistency with this, because I know that many people through going through a program designed to offer deep personal growth will probably be faced with uprooting in their life. And so, wow, I'm so grateful for the container of familiarity and consistency and just the beat that keeps going no matter what. And the reminder that, yeah, change happens and it's really hard. Look it, my glasses are broken, you guys. This is why I'm doing Purium, so that I can afford glasses so I can sit on my face straight. But yeah, change is hard and it's also really worth it. And I just wanted to say thank you. Tracie, you've been such a support for me. So yeah, I had to say it. I knew I was going to cry, but thank you for your consistency, your authenticity, and your congruency in how you show up. You're extremely trustworthy. And all of y'all, we're going diamond. We're going to do it at convention. Before convention, I'm so excited for everyone here to finally reach your goals, because you're amazing and we need all of your plans to come to fruition. So thank you very much, friends. I love you all so much. I'm so grateful.
Oh, love you, Mare.
Okay, I just want to say something really quick. I'm just so thankful for you, Tracie, and thankful for your leadership, and thankful for all of you. It just like this is like my family, and the chances that I've had to connect with you all in person have been so meaningful to me, and then to have the opportunity to just like to be able to connect with you all daily in this like digital platform has been just like huge for me in my personal growth. Just that connection, not even the work that I've done around it, but just the connection that I have with all of you. So I'm just thankful and so excited to know that my family is now growing even larger. So it's really exciting. Love you all.
Thanks, Heather. So much love, I know. Okay, I want to be sensitive to the time, and I know we're a little bit past, but I want to leave it open for any other comments, thoughts, commitments, or questions that you guys have, because this is a big pivotal moment, and this is going to be the remember when Zoom that we had, okay? Remember when we were all on that Zoom together and we were talking about how we were going to unify, and it was all about unity, accessibility, and scalability. Remember that first Zoom when we talked about it? So, you know, this is that historical pivotal moment, and I want to give space to anyone that would like to be heard.
Aloha, hi, this is Allison coming to you all from Puna on the Big Island, and I wish I could be with you by video. This is how I can reach you today and have it be clear and come through, but I feel so grateful to be part of this. And honestly, part of my hesitation or concern in my future with Purium is like, how could I carry this out
I have 3 children. I'm working a homestead, have a full life, and I'm just really grateful to hear how supported that I'm going to be in my path with you all. And I feel I can absolutely do this. It feels very clear, very direct. And I'm 100% committed. I'm coming to convention. My husband, who was skeptical at first, he's a MD and takes a while to really like lean in, is coming to convention with me. And when I first brought it to him, it was like not on the table, and I just held that posture with him. And even though I've had my doubts, I deep down have felt like this is in alignment with so many parts of my life. I'm an occupational therapist. I've worked in the rehab world, and a lot of people in my life are kind of confused, like, what, you're going to give up that career? You're not going to continue what you went to school for? And, you know, my dad, kind of that birdie in my ear has been present. And I just feel like this is it. And along the way, just holding this posture, I feel like I'm going to be able to hold it even stronger, knowing that I can carry out the leadership aspect of this role in a more concise and direct way, having this all consolidated for me with all of you. And yeah, we're all coming to convention, and I'm bringing my 3 children, and it's happening. And I look forward to being there and showing my family the truth that I feel incarnate in the moment, in the flesh, with all of you. I feel like very proud of you all. I'm very proud of you, Tracie. Be our leader. Thank you so much.
Oh,
Aloha.
thank you so much. Thank you.
I want to be heard. This is Kara. Just a quick thing. I think this is I have the same sentiments as so many, but I think just knowing that no one's going anywhere, that we're gonna be together in this like a year from now, multiple years from now, just takes so much pressure off and brings so much ease and just happiness. And it makes me want to stay so committed and just see where we are. It's exciting to just think about where we're all going to be in a year from now. So love to you all.
Thank you. I love that you said, I want to be heard. I love that, Kara. And we want to keep hearing you too. So thanks for contributing. Thanks for being with us.
Hey, I want to jump in here and
Tracie,
once again,
this is Jessica.
really. Oh, this is Erica. Can you hear me?
I had 2 people come on, I think, together at the same time.
Oh, okay. Should I wait a turn? Is someone else talking?
You're good, Erica, and then Jessica.
Okay. All right. Well, I just again wanting to express my gratitude for the honor that I feel being a part of this community and being able to be downwind of the wisdom that comes through here. There's, you know, amazing leaders at the top, and there's also this feeling of, you know, everyone in this really rich community has something really beautiful to share. And I would just love to say that when I got involved in this over the last handful of months, it's really been, I think, one of the best experiences of my whole life. Feeling interconnected with this group. You know, I don't have this sense of let's say like daily enriching deep conversation on such a potent level where, you know, I'm working generally by myself. I'm at home by myself. I mean, I have all these kids with me all the time, and that's really great. But it's different when there's like a community of wise people that I'm tapping into. And I love when I'm like sharing Purium with somebody and I get to introduce them to this community and be like, let me tell you, I think these women, to stand in their presence and receive what they have to say, and the men leaders as well, you know, these have been some of the most potent experiences of all my life. I feel like I've met some of the most impressive people ever in this community, and it just really has filled this gap and this place in my life where I was yearning for more connection. And so it's been just really, really, truly wonderful, and I'm so thankful to be here, and I'm super excited about all of the growth that's happening and the deeper connection and the deeper way that we're going to grow in the future. And yeah, aloha.
Aloha.
I just had a couple of
Hey.
images. Oh, who's next?
Go, Monica.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Jessica Sage trying to pop on, or Jessica, one of the Jessicas. Maybe we can make space for her.
I had a quick image that I wanted to paint. It came to my head, and that was that to have instead of like, you know, being in a straight line, like waiting for your food or something, you can't quite get to the people ahead of you. You're kind of stuck in this position of only being able to see the people immediately next to you. But it feels like with this transition that we're making to this new arrangement, it's more like we're moving out into a circle and we can all see each other. And that feels really good to me. So I just wanted to share that image that I had in my head.
I love illustrations personally, so I always love the imagery that, you know, comes with that. So I appreciate that share. And I saw Jessica jumped off trying to get back in. I know she had a delay on her. Anyway, I just wanted to, you know, just as we're wrapping up, because I know we're beyond our time and I want to be sensitive to our time, is just to say how honored and grateful I am for all of your support, for your trust, for your love, and everything that you've been giving to me personally. And I appreciate that. I appreciate your work and your showing up, your energy, and, you know, all of your contributions, and especially to my diamond leaders, you know, of all colors and all levels, and those who are leading the way with this team. And, you know, over the past 2 days, I've got to listen to, you know, Tevye give his training on the three-way calling, and Grace give her training on the products. And, you know, these are contributions that are not going away. It's just in a different context moving forward. And, you know, a lot of the trainings are coming into some unification and some standardization. So I'm really appreciative of the leadership that is, you know, leading the way on this team and will lead the way for the greater team. So I don't know, did Jessica come back on? I just wanted to give her her last chance before we wrap it up. I can't see Sarah. I don't know if you can tell.
I don't think so. It doesn't look like. And I don't know if it was Jessica Sage or Jessica Coons. But
it was Jessica Coombs, and she's not back yet.
Okay, got you. Well, you know, we're 15 minutes past our time. And again, I want to be sensitive, and I am extremely grateful for you and your time, for your energy, for your contributions, for your trust, for your, you know, ongoing contributions to what we have here. And just want to wish you love and aloha for now. And Sarah, thank you so much for, you know, creating the container and the framework and providing the leadership for this team, and, you know, in cultivating so many layers of leadership, which has given this team the growth that it's had to this point. And now together we're going to take it to the next level. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Tracie, and thanks everybody for hanging in there. And yeah, this is where the crowns are going to be. The next level, the next generation of crowns is coming from this this moment right here, like this is the next defining moment. And I had this whole like image of just all that like love that you're receiving, Tracie, and like I've also received that in the, you know, at different times from different, you know, in different moments. And that, like, I just had this feeling of, you know, we were working for the money, but we're really working for that love. And, you know, the checks would never be enough to do this if that love wasn't present. And so I'm just really glad to see you getting all filled up with all that love and appreciation. And I want to do a really quick plug for our giveaway that I'm giving one of the Eric Worre kind of like, you know, inner circle. I don't know. There's just a few of these tickets available. And I have a couple of them, and I'm giving one to the top enroller of the month. So there is a thread in Bliss Team and in the Go Diamond. So you guys can just kind of keep a running tally of how many people that you've enrolled this month, and just keep posting in those threads so that we can, I'm really excited to give one of those tickets away to one of you so that we can be there together and be in this beautiful space. You know, I think it's pretty rare to get that type of intimate experience with Eric Worre on any level, and to be able to do it, you know, at our convention is really beautiful and awesome. So keep us posted on all that and all the goodness. And like Tracie said, there's just 2 ways, 2 income producing activities, which are enrolling and ordering. And we have a lot of people that we can reach out to and reactivate and support to get started this month. And I'm just blown away by how everyone is really in readiness for the next level. So thank you so much, Tracie, for being here. I appreciate you so much. And then you and I can connect maybe after this and just go over like logistics and details about how to make everything work. Yay, love you guys. Thank you.